Hey guys, so I'm live from the World Cup Women's T20 2023 event. Live right here from the venue. I'm so happy that I can actually be alive for the first time in a live podcast. We're so lucky that there's Wi-Fi at the ground, etc. So I'm going to do some interviews. I'm going to try to grab a couple of players when we have the opportunity to talk to them. Let's see what they have to say. Maybe there are some guys out here that can give us insight into this Women's World Cup. If I get up from this particular position and I move, then that's obviously because I'm going to be going to various different places to try to pull them here to come speak to us. The event was awesome. So far, so good. I really, really enjoyed the way it started off. We had Kass Naidoo that kicked it off. She was the host of the event. I'm going to try to pull her also over for an interview if possible. But let's see what happens, obviously, throughout the course of the day. I'm going to be staying live as long as possible. And I'm going to be trying to interview as many people as possible. Let's see what takes place with regards to this. She gave some excellent insight into the Women's World Cup. We know there's some excellent details. The opening game between South Africa and Sri Lanka is going to take place. It's going to be 60 rand a ticket for everybody, so we know that that's going to be taking place. I'm going to try to get some people's attention over here if I can, while I'm live. I'm trying to get Claire. Let's see if she says yes. Bring them all. Come on. All of you come live. I'm live. So I'm live here. So I just want to get some of the people that are available right now to just come say hello to us. It's the first time we've ever done an event like this. Just come through. I'm live right now with the guys, so I'm just gonna get anybody that's in here to ask you guys about the event. Come sit down. You guys come sit down. I'll be this to you guys. So first and foremost, how did you like the event so far? I mean, it started off brilliantly with Kass's insight into the tournament. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's quite exciting. Obviously, hosting the T20 World Cup. Hopefully, it's the start of something great for the younger girls, the younger generations, and hopefully we get a lot of people in. So yeah, very excited for the tournament to start.
Yeah, and Clea, I have to ask you. I mean, you're sitting here and watching this happen. So many amazing announcements were made with regards to the 60 rand.
Yeah.
I mean, you obviously want as many people to come to the stadium as possible. But from when you started as a coach of women's cricket to where it is now, what is your thoughts on that?
Oh, geez, it's exploded in the right direction actually, and especially now with the 19 World Cup, like Vitali mentioned, it just creates that opportunity to dream for those younger players and coming through into the senior space. So, I mean, $60, it really opens the door up to everybody to come and watch at major stadiums.
And you've got to hear someone like Khalid give some insight for the future of music. I asked you a couple of questions about the future of music. What did you learn from her today?
Just hearing like her mind and how she's been through so many of cricket and everything. Just the way she speaks about it was amazing to hear. And I think for younger kids looking up to it, it's crazy to hear how she talks about cricket and how everything she developed through cricket. Yeah, it's amazing.
And you think from being in South Africa, of course, I mean, how amazing is that to be able to be a part of it, right? To the young girls coming through, they have something to actually look forward to as a nation, as a group. So, how can you guys give me insight into that?
I was involved in the very first one because Kass mentioned it, the 2005 World Cup.
Yeah.
And we were at Poch. We just came back last night, and the 2005 World Cup jersey, the women's jersey, was up on there, and it was just amazing to see that. From what happened there was really nothing. There was no media. There was no real big push to what's happening now. It's just fantastic to see because from here on, I mean, these two are still young.
Yeah.
They'll still probably get to play a lot more World Cups and possibly a lot more World Cups in South Africa as well. And when people say you're young girls or young boys see them, they already are aspired to by the younger generation. So just imagine what can happen now.
Amazing. And what about cheat day? I know coach is sitting next to you. What are some of your favorite snacks at the video today?
Unfortunately, I didn't take any of the snacks, yeah.
The brownie was
I saw some, I don't know, spring rolls or something that looked quite good and a brownie or two, but unfortunately I didn't take any of it. So luckily for me, it's not a cheat day.
Thanks, guys. I'll catch you
Thank you.
soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, guys, that was awesome. Some excellent insight into the behind the scenes over here. I'm trying to get as many people as possible to come and join me and talk about this event. It's awesome to be live at an event. You don't always get an opportunity. Do you think I must try something that is maybe out of my comfort zone, perhaps? But I've got some Proteas ladies coming to sit with me and join me. Come have a seat, girls. Just talking to the mic. We're live at the moment at this event here. You guys all in? So I wanted you guys to actually see what we do behind the scenes, how we sort out all this stuff. So it's nice to be able to see things.
Yeah, something. If I can grab another one or squeeze.
We
can try go
can,
4
as
and
long
3.
as you're in.
Four and
I
three,
can pull
man.
it back a bit. Actually.
We can go 4 and 3. This way.
We're not fat, man.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Awesome. They fit in the screen perfectly, guys. If you want to ask any live chat questions, guys, get some questions in that I can ask some people. We can see what you have to say. But first and foremost, this was an incredible event. I've never been part of something like this before, actually. So as a media person, it's probably an amazing opportunity because I don't get access to you guys as freely as I'd like. But you're all sitting here together. First and foremost, what do you think of the event? For women's cricket, from where it's been. Let's go around. Let's get all of your views.
Look, I just think it's massive. The fact that we have the privilege of hopefully representing South Africa in a World Cup is something that not every cricketer gets to experience. So it's definitely a once in a lifetime thing and something for us to work hard for over the next few months. We're gonna close our eyes and open it again, and then it's gonna be the World Cup. So there isn't much time. A few months isn't a lot to prep for something so massive. So it's just very exciting to be able to do it at my home ground as well, and hopefully be a part of that.
You guys don't have to have your interview faces on. We can have a normal conversation here. Let's just talk a little bit. So from the event, you obviously saw Vitali Raj over here. We heard Sune, obviously, person you guys know quite well. But what were the main things that you took out of this event? What shocked you actually about this? Was there anything that was unfamiliar or shocked? What shocked you was the 60 Rand price. The ability to get bums on seats is so important. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was also going to say just the 60 Rand price is quite surprising. Actually, there wasn't anything. No. I think it was actually quite nice to see the trophy like up close.
Yeah.
It was like obviously I played a lot more crypto than T20 stuff, so it was nice for me to kind of see the trophy up close and maybe see how Meg Lanning feels lifting it so many times.
One part of the trophy together. So I want to ask you a little bit about this position. Maybe you're more into position, I'm not sure. But when you look at trophies, are you the type of person that wants to look at the trophy, touch the trophy, feel the trophy before an event? Or how do you feel about it? Because I don't think I would want to touch it and then not be able to lift it at the end.
Well, I was actually just saying to them, like, I want to go and take a photo with the trophy. They were like, no, come on. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think it's really cool to kind of like see what you can strive for. And in terms of like the what surprised us question, for me, it's kind of the passion that's coming through, especially like Kass really sort of like emulates the passion that she has for the women's game and just pushing the women's sport. Because I think if we look at what our country did for the 2010 FIFA World Cup, like if we can do something like that and the transformation that happened around the country based on that tournament, if we can do the same thing for a women's T20 World Cup, I think that would be like insane. And just the growth for the women's game would be like astronomical. So hopefully the same thing can happen. But we'll see. And hopefully our country can lift the trophy at the end of the tournament.
Astronomical, yeah, whatever. Yeah, imagine us at an interview. No, that was astronomical.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you speak.
I've been practicing.
Oh, is this thing on?
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
Hello to whoever's
I
watching.
think there's questions here.
There is no question.
There's no question. That's a bit tough.
I've been practicing astronomical for a while. I've been looking for
It's not like an interview.
We were looking for a question and there wasn't even like a question on the side. We were like,
Yeah, no,
never
they didn't
mind.
know we're going live. So I
Okay.
didn't prep them. So I'm just going live and seeing what happens.
Alright.
But I wanted to ask Leah in the middle of this. Vitali Raj spoke specifically about helping under 19s, helping youngsters come through, and how important that is. So you coming through, and you've been with all these girls and a lot of other senior players. So now you becoming captain of the team, of course, and taking a senior role within the front side. I mean, these World Cup events, how does that encourage you for the future of the next youngsters? What can you give to the next generation of youngsters? Advice-wise.
That's a tough question, but I think it's just I can't remember. I think it was
Rassie did say that like if he can do it, if people like Sinead can do it, I mean, then they can also do it. Obviously, if you set your mind to something, you'll be able to do it. It's obviously going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. There's going to be a lot of things that's going to come your way, but if you really want to do it, you'll be able to do it. It's basically that simple.
I know it sounds basic, guys, and that particular things that she's saying is basic, but believing in one thing and pushing for it is very important to become successful in anything. So take that advice. It's really smart. Thanks, guys, for joining me.
No stress.
I know
Thanks
it's
so
a bit out of order. Thanks for being here. Okay, guys, we had some fun over there. And then when they leave, one question comes in. So, what are some of the personal goals you guys have for the teams for preparation of the World Cup? So I'm going to try to get another interview right now, guys. Let's see who else I can bring on here to come have a conversation with me. I'm going to try my best to try and get Sune because I would love to talk to the captain of the team. And maybe Rassie is. Special guest. I don't know who it is here. Whoever's live. Okay, guys, I'm back again. I know that the views are fluctuating and changing, but I've got a special guest with me right now. I'm here with Kass Naidoo again. Welcome to the show. I don't think I've brought you on the Daily Show yet.
No, I think the last time you interviewed me was at Wanderers during a match.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I remember that
It
very
was at the
clearly.
back of a media center.
Guys, what you don't know, this is something off the record that nobody knows. Kass probably gave me one of the best possible advice that I've ever had in the media industry. And I don't know if you remember this. We were sitting in the media box.
Did I
in
lecture
PE.
you? Oh,
You told
God.
me, I was telling you I was nervous about getting exclusive interviews, and you told me, just breathe. And I just listened to you, and I was like, what did you
does
mean
that
by that?
mean?
And then you spoke to me and you said, just before you say something, stop, breathe, and think, and just talk. It was the best advice I've ever had with regards to broadcasting. So I've learned a lot from you just watching and observing what you've done. Amazing event today, hosted by you. What are the main take-out points or talking points that you would say from this event?
I think for me, the big talking point is that fixtures have been announced. You know, sometimes you always think about what's going to happen, who's playing who. Time is running out if you think about it, right? Everything's moving so quickly, 3 months to the end of the year. So for me, the announcement of fixtures, South Africa plays Sri Lanka, of course, in the opening game. Ticket prices are 60
$60,
Rand,
guys.
60 Rand. You have to buy your tickets. Scholars, pensioners, if you've got pensioners at home, get further discounts on that. So for me, if you can have affordability at the core of what you're doing, then will have a successful World Cup. And then, of course, 3 amazing stadia, don't you think so? Like, you've got Newlands, you've got Par, and you've got St. George's Park. What's your favorite? Come on, I put Rassie on the spot. And he answered that really well, I thought.
Yeah, you see, like for me, ambience-wise, Paul is incredible. I think because it's such a small ground
Yeah.
and it's so compact, all the fans are just crazy over there. You can hear every
I
single
love
sound.
Paul.
Paul's amazing.
Yeah.
But Newlands, I would say, from a view perspective,
And it's
such a
iconic,
beautiful-
isn't it?
Yeah, it's such a beautiful ground. But you have to still be reserved at Newlands.
You do. I mean, I love this new venue we're at. And then for those of you who don't actually know about Newlands and the redevelopment that's taking place, there's this Newlands experience. It's this massive building, right? And they've launched their own events company.
Yeah.
And what it's showing you as well is that cricket's a real business. And it's not just on cricket days that you make money. You've got to make money so the stadia has revenue, that you can support your women's programs. So everyone has to play their role, don't they? It's not just about funding women's programs, it's funding your cricket.
And what's big as well is the Under-19 World Cup. We actually have a question. I don't know, you obviously know Landry Jansen van Rensburg. It's her brother.
Yes.
He just has a quick question. He says, what are your thoughts on the expectations around the Under-19 World Cup?
Yeah, I think one of the things that stands out for me, the Under-19 World Cup, is so many countries have had to work very quickly to get their structures together, while other countries have been building slowly. What I've enjoyed about South Africa is that they've also started building on the development pipeline, introducing domestic contracts and all that. What it does is teenagers like Madison Lunsmouth, and you have a look at Diara Ramlak, and all these young girls never get an opportunity in a couple of years in a senior World Cup. Boom, they're going to play in an Under-19 World Cup.
That's incredible. I mean, even Mitali Raj spoke about focusing on the next generation of youth
And she's
talent.
going to be mentoring Under-19 World Cup players. Imagine, you get picked for your country, and then Mitali Raj, the greatest women's cricketer ever, is going to be mentoring you. So I think from a women's sport perspective, the Under-19 World Cup kind of gives us a taste.
Yeah.
And then we head off to the Women's T20 World Cup. And that sets the scene because you've got Netball World Cup to come later in the year. So, I mean, if you're not in South Africa in 2023, I don't know where you are.
Yeah, exactly. Kass, you did an amazing job today. Thanks a lot
Thank
for joining me.
you. I really appreciate it. And let me just tell you about this young man. I can still call you young man, right? He's worked so hard. And that's the thing about building credibility. It takes years to become an overnight success. And I think this platform is thriving because you put the hard work and you
Thank
didn't
you.
wait. It wasn't instant gratification. He's worked like a test match player. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Kass.
Cheers, bud.
Good luck.
I'm going to have some coffee.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. So, guys, yes, excellent insight over there. I mean, that kind of basically sums up the entire day for me. I needed to get Kass on the show. I think I'm the only person that actually interviewed her. Let me see if I can try to get some other people coming in here. I'm going to try to walk around and try to get maybe some other players. I see Rassie walking by. I'm going to try to ask him. After you. I don't know where Sune left. Sune disappeared, so I don't know where she is. Let me see if I can grab some other people. I'm going to put up a Be Right Back banner for you guys so you can see. Guys, this is incredible. I've never had an opportunity to do something like this. Just walk in and talk to people randomly. So let me just be RP. I'm coming right back. Okay, guys, back again. I thought I'll grab one of our family members. He's been doing incredible work at the Daily Maverick. So welcome, Keenan. Bro, what did you think about this event? I mean, this is awesome to have so much access to so many players. Eh?
Exactly. I mean, there's so many international stars here. You've got Lara Goodall sitting at the table, Untitled Chapter also at the table opposite us. It's incredible. Rassie van der Dussen is also here. Getting access to these players, and it's a wonderful event. T20 World Cup at home. It's the women's game. Our women have been doing incredibly well. Just constantly reaching semi-finals. Every semi-final of World Cup. Just at home. Hopefully they can take that extra step. That's what I hope for.
Yeah, I mean, getting an opportunity. I didn't get an opportunity to interview her. She had to run to the airport, and everybody just massed and went to a mass interview. And you guys know I like my exclusives. I want to be able to talk to the people and get my own exclusive quotes, because then we can use it on our platform exclusively. Otherwise, everybody's going to see the same thing. But there was a lot of things that she said. But what is your main talking points that you maybe main points that were made today that you took out of this?
Just the uniquely African experience that they're trying to bring into the World Cup, which is something that
your guys are trying.
That's
right. I don't have an African shirt. I thought that this was a Big Five shirt.
Yeah.
I looked closer and then I saw gorillas and tigers, and I was like, that's not a Big Five shirt. So it's the closest thing I could get to flamboyance. I'm hiding it.
I hope you got Rassie's outfit, because he's dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
He's dressed to the nines, and that's something special that this World Cup brings. It's an opportunity for us to bring that we saw in the last World Cup in Australia. They had Katy Perry singing in the final, after the final, and the Australian players were on the stage with them, just expressing themselves in the most Australian way possible. And that's what I want to see our women also do on the field and off the field.
Yeah. So now, guys, I'm going to hype it, share, subscribe, like with everybody. I'm going to try to bring Rassie van der Dussen on the show. That's going to be the next step. I'm going to try to get him on an interview and try to get some insight from him with regards to everything that has happened. There's a lot that has taken place. So I'm going to try to get him on the show as well. So please like, share, and subscribe. Anything you learned from any of the interviews you did that you can maybe reveal that's not a headline?
I would just like to the viewers out there just to keep an eye out on Leah Jones. She's the next big thing. Only 20 years old. She's really talented. She's captaining the Western Province team with big names in there, and she's only 20 years old. So keep an eye out on her.
Cool, awesome, guys. Be right back. I'm gonna put the BRB banner on again so that you guys can see. Because I have to go look for more interviews. They're not all in this facility, so I have to walk around. Kino, thanks a lot for joining me.
That's no problem.
We'll have lunch now together.
I wanna get them.
Okay, guys, I'm back again with another special guest. You haven't met her before, so okay, sure. She's gonna sit there. Sorry. Okay, Celine, introduce yourself and where you work for and etc. We've seen you most of us would have probably only seen you on Instagram.
Yes, so I'm Celine Abrams. I'm the content lead at G Sport for Girls. We are a women's sports initiative. We shine the spotlight on women's sports and we tell more women's sports stories across not just South Africa, but Africa as a whole as well as globally.
So please go follow them everywhere. We had the big boss on the show now just a couple of minutes ago. We had Kass Naidoo on the show, so that's an excellent opportunity. But I wanted to speak to you as a. How long have you been covering women's cricket for?
So for women's sports as a whole,
Yeah.
I've been doing it since 2019, but I've been in the sport industry from 2016.
Okay.
That's when I first started out, and I was predominantly doing men's football. At the time, I used to work for Soccer Laduma. Then I got into met with Kass, and she said, "Why don't you just come through and be part of G Sport?" And I thought it was such a great opportunity because it's something that I'm passionate about. I am a woman in the sporting industry. I know what the challenges that we go through. So to be surrounded by other women who have paved the way, and then also just trying to make sure that we shine the spotlight in women's sport, and be here today at this the World Cup, T20 World Cup launch, just to see how women's sport is growing, women's cricket in the sense, and it's just been incredible just to see women getting what they deserve, because we know the challenges that they go through behind the scenes. We know that no one really actually looks at them, and to see them that despite all of this, they've decided, you know what, this is what I want to do, and they've pushed through each of those challenges. So just to be here and to see that we can actually have these type of events, because it is something that we would never have before, and to actually have everyone together here is such an incredible experience.
That's awesome. Thanks, Celine. I'll chat to you very
Thank
soon
you
again.
so much.
Please tell me if you want to see her on the show again. We've been trying to get her on, but she doesn't want to come on. No, she's
Why are you
not.
saying that?
Okay. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so
very
much.
Guys, very special guest. Now I need to make myself look decent. I need to make myself look very decent now, guys. One of my favorite people's here, guys. Okay, so let's have a conversation. Come sit next to me.
Yeah, man.
Welcome, bro.
Thanks, man. Thank
Again,
you.
back to the show again. I mean, it's been a while since we had a conversation and caught up. This event's amazing. Amazing event. I haven't, before as a journalist, I haven't actually ever sat in a venue like this, covering an event like this before for an ICC tournament. So to see this type of launch and we have the access that we've had today has been incredible. So thank you to everybody that was obviously organizing.
No,
But,
awesome.
what's your World Cup 2020, there's a lot of women's cricket happening under 19 T20 World Cup, as well as the Women's World Cup. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, there's a lot happening. Very exciting indeed. First thing first, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on your show. It's been a while, and
Yep.
yeah,
A lot has happened.
A lot has happened, and we've had some great conversation. But coming back to the launch, obviously, of the World Cup next year, it's exciting times for South African cricket, especially women's cricket.
Yeah.
If you think back in terms of where our women's cricket comes from, before it was even semi-professional, it was very amateur, and then it became semi-professional. And obviously, we're working hard behind the scenes from a system point of view, to professionalize the game. But obviously, the momentum Proteas, they're a lot more professional, and there's a lot more opportunities. And I mean, to have an opportunity now to host 2 World Cups in 2 months. I mean,
pull it off.
yeah, exactly.
Under 19 World Cup, Women's World Cup, it's incredible.
It is incredible. What excites me even more is in a short period of time, I mean, having to try and put together a massive group of under 19s, which obviously a lot of our members, our provinces, have had those young players under 16, under 17s playing the last couple of years. Because it hasn't been easy. I mean, you've had some stories in terms of what Sune, this kind of system she went through, which a lot of them actually played with the boys at age group level. And I mean, there are a lot of positives out of that. But obviously now we're working very hard to ensure that, there's girls teams that obviously grow to become the women. And I mean, the under 19 World Cup, it just almost provides a platform now for the future generation to, the 13-year-old, the 14-year-old to look up and say, wow, a couple of years' time, I could actually be playing for South Africa 19 in Australia at the World Cup, representing my country, or England, or West Indies, or India, and that's what it does. Similar to men's cricket, and that for us is going to set a strong base for our senior women, because that's something that obviously we've been wanting. We're being, now that we have it, massive. Because now we're going to focus on how do we transition under 19 cricket into senior cricket, of course.
And it's similar to the men's structure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys are kind of trying to combine both structures.
Yeah.
To have
exactly. I mean, we have from a high performance at the moment, we have the Imagine group.
Okay.
We're looking to reinstate the old sort of national academy, which is sort of like the Imagine, and I think that's where the nitty gritties of to help with the transition from under 19 to senior cricket, obviously of your elite, your identified cricketers. That's going to be the period that's going to help, because that happens a lot in winter, both men and women, and it's going to provide a lot of educational element in how to deal with certain things on and off the field. So in ensuring that we prepare our young cricketers for bigger honors.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Can I touch on the men's national team now going to the World Cup, of course? Some words of encouragement from you. I mean, there's been a lot of talk around the team as well. There's pressure on the team as well. But you just your thoughts on the World Cup and maybe some encouraging words to the lads out there. What you expecting from them out there?
Yeah. Look, I mean, there's always going to be criticism around the team, or our fans are very passionate.
Yeah.
They're passionate about the game. They're passionate about the team. They want this team to do well. And obviously, if you're not getting the right type of results, you do gonna expect. I mean, those are some of the changing talks. When I was still involved, to say, guys, we don't play good cricket. We don't win. That's you gotta expect obviously negative sort of feedback from the public, and we gotta deal with it and find a way to become better. And look, I mean, this team has come a long way, and I have no doubt that this group of players now, they're gonna go to the World Cup, and they will give us the type of performances that we want. I mean, they're passionate. They really want it. They want the World Cup. They know they owe it to us South Africans, and we're doing everything from our side to give them as much support as possible. So, just want to wish them well and keep believing. Play the system that they believe in, that we all know that they can do, and they mustn't be too phased about the results now in India. I mean, it's just going to keep growing the character of the team. That's how I see it, and it becomes a completely different ball game by the time they get to Australia. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's a big job on your hands now that you're going to have to do with Mabacha obviously saying that he's going to step down. How do you go about a process like that, finding a new coach? Is there certain attributes you look for? Because at the moment, when I'm going to say not off the record, obviously we're live now, but I'm just saying what my opinion is. I'm just saying what my opinion is on what I'd like to see in a coach maybe going forward. I mean, I've spoken about it quite a lot on the live show where I said we're in a transitional phase again, almost in South African cricket, where the senior guys are going to leave again and younger guys are coming through the system. And the balance, obviously, with selection and etc. has to be right. But with is a coach that has a vision for young talent, is that very important to
it is.
attribute?
No, absolutely it is. We obviously once we've completed the internal process, and then we're gonna advertise. Hopefully things work out as planned in terms of splitting the two head coaches, and so that we can have specific focus now, especially for the next sort of 5 years. In ensuring that we revive our red ball, our test cricket, and we empowering it as much as possible, and then the specific focus on terms of that, and obviously white ball cricket. As you know, the next sort of 8 years, it's going to be ICC events almost every year. So it's a grand opportunity now to actually start heading that route. We have massive talent of cricketers in South Africa, and we're gonna keep working hard to ensure that we keep building that talent. It's very exciting from all backgrounds, and for me, when I look at that and I look at what lies in the future, oh man, it's exciting. And we have coaches in our system We have we just obviously it's finding that, like you were saying, the balance now of sort of 2 years in working with some inexperienced and experienced players, and sort of introduction of some of the future, finding the coach that will be able to balance that out, but also looking at the bigger picture of 2027, and then making sure that we align to that, and we put in the building blocks to give ourselves the best chance of winning 2027.
I mean, a lot of bigger, more richer nations have went down the route of splitting the two roles. Maybe having a white ball coach and a red ball coach. Is that in you guys thinking?
Yeah.
Going forward?
No, it is, and to my earlier point is exactly that we are thinking of that, and hopefully it gets over the line in the next week, and then we can advertise, and then we can actually get on the process of finding the two individuals, and continue to build a support structure, because that's important. That yes, we have South Africa 19, we have our amazing group of players, both men and women, so we gotta make sure that structure below, which is the entire high performance, it's well equipped to support both our men and women.
Yes.
And in thriving at that level for as long as they can. Like I said, I mean, in terms of talent, at the moment, we're full of a lot of talent. But now, how do we nurture that talent? How do we ensure that talent is so ready to compete at that level and actually win?
Yes.
Win World Cups and beyond that for South Africa. Yeah.
But we see T20 cricket's massive everywhere, like the domestic cups and everything. So like young kids coming out of school. I've been having this conversation with a lot of young cricketers. Young cricketers coming out of school, a lot of them want to now look at what they say 20 now. So money opportunity for them also. And with all the money opportunities in T20 cricket, there's a lot of focus on that. So I think the splitting coach might be a brilliant idea, because that means that there's a red ball focus.
Yeah.
Because how do we keep that focus on red ball cricket, especially kids that are not playing as much red ball cricket as they used to before?
100%. Yeah, look, I mean, red ball cricket, will always be the core. It's a lot of players have spoken about, even coaches have spoken about tests of character, and just to go through the 5 days or 4 days of having to confront different situations, and that tests your character more than anything else, than your actual skill. That's something that I'll continue to encourage every youngster when you graduate from under 19 cricket, to give yourself the opportunity to solidify your base as a cricketer, because that's for me, that's one format that gives you that opportunity to help you sort of become a complete cricketer.
100%.
Do you understand? And yeah, as much as there's a lot of money in T20 cricket, I mean, if you look at some of the best T20 players, what format did they play first?
I mean, Dave Warner spoke about it. He said,
yes,
4-day cricket helps T20 game.
100%. You look at some of the best. I mean, you look at even Chris Gale. I mean, he played so much red ball cricket, Test cricket, and obviously got to a certain level where he had to obviously, find the balance, and he let go of red ball. But that has built a strong foundation, and that's what it also did, with the likes of A.B. de Villiers, even the Virat Kohlis of this world. There's so many cricketers, especially the batters, that have come through red ball Test cricket and have actually excelled when it came to T20 cricket around the world. So I'll continue to encourage that with a lot of our young cricketers, to say, give yourself the opportunity to play red ball cricket, play Test cricket, because I can tell you now, T20 cricket is not going to go away. There's opportunities are always going to be there. But do you just want to play for money, or you want to play to be the best in the world?
That's incredible. Look, I'll have to let you give us a final word to the fans out there. How can we help?
Who, the media?
Cricket fanatics, because
Cricket
we're
fanatics.
very different to a normal media house, because we're all about fanatics and fans and fan opinions. So how can we as a fan base and as a family over here that we're growing help grow cricket in South Africa? What do you think? How could we aid you guys? CSA, etc.
No, look, I mean, you guys have been fantastic, because I know how passionate. I think the passion is there. Your knowledge of understanding the next generation of players. You speak about under 19 cricket. I've seen a couple of players come onto your platform. I think that's something that you guys are doing well. And I'll say that I'll encourage you guys to keep doing that, because some of our young cricketers, they're unknown, and the more exposure they get, through you guys and having engaging with them and actually tapping into their minds in terms of what they're thinking about the game in general. Let them share about their passion, their hobbies, and it gives a platform for people out there to actually start to understand the person. Because sometimes we do forget that, but not only the youngsters, but also some of our professionals and our coaches. Because I think that's also one element that we tend to forget, and it will be quite nice sometimes, to bring in some administrators, onto the show, because we not much actually is known what the administrators are actually thinking, our coaches are thinking, and who actually are our coaches. So, yeah, carry on with the good work. Keep spreading the game, the love of the game, especially our youth. Now let's give them the platform, because also this is a learning platform for them to engage with the public and build that confidence in engaging with the rest of the public and obviously the rest of the world. So yeah.
Thanks a lot. I'm
Awesome.
sure I'm going to catch up with you over coffee or something soon.
No, it will happen.
Yeah, I mean, like you're in the corner. So see you soon. Thank you a lot for coming on the show.
Awesome, man. Okay, thanks for the opportunity.
No problem.
Awesome.
Okay, guys. Incredible day for me. Incredible opportunity that I had over here. Let me see if I can just try to get one more interview. Just Rassie van der Dussen, BRB. Guys, just gonna take a picture quickly. What's that? Sorry. Sure, that was Edmund. How's it, guys? I'm here with Rassie. Okay, so I didn't. I tried my best. I actually interrupted him. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Russ. Good to see you again. Welcome to the Daily Show. It's the first time we're at a live event. First and foremost, I mean, amazing that you're here. I mean, having a 19 women's event as well as a women's 2023 World Cup as well in South Africa is incredible for our future. So, what is your
Yeah,
thoughts
no,
on
I
that?
mean it's great. I mean, I was saying earlier at the function that Sunay and I went to the same school, and when we were still at school, women's cricket was at that stage where she had to play in boys' teams because there were no real girls' teams for her to play in, and to see that in our cricketing lifetime to get to a point where we are now, a major women's ICC major women's event is in our own country is just great.
It's incredible. I mean, we heard Mitali Raj talk about how she's going to be heavily involved with under 19 women's cricket going forward, with under 19 girls going forward and helping them. How important is that for us as cricket, for you guys as cricketers to think about the next generation and help them come forward?
I think it's vitally important. I think another great thing that we heard today is how accessible the tickets are going to be, affordable for everyone. And that's a great thing because you want to encourage as many families, as many people to come out and watch these live games, because I mean I have memories of watching live cricket games when I was 7, 8 years old, and that still stick in my mind, and that's what you want to sort of create. You want to get especially the next generation to come out and experience that vibe, to see it live, and to realize that it's it's an accessible sport, and if someone 10 meters away from you can do it, then you can also do it.
Yeah. I was incredibly sad to hear when you picked up your injury, and so how are you feeling currently? How's your mind feeling, first and foremost? I think that's the most important aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a tough one to miss out on the World Cup. The timing of the injury just wasn't great. But it's sport, it happens. There's not much sense in moping about it. I'm doing everything I can to be ready as soon as possible, and CSA is making a lot of resources available for me to recover as soon as possible. And I'm about 2 weeks ahead of schedule. So yeah, I mean, you can just get up every day and sort of see what you can do and take it day by day, I suppose. Yeah.
So SA20, I mean, I really congratulate you for coming here. So your thoughts on SA20 as a whole? How excited are you for it as a competition?
No, it's great. I mean, it's obviously I think the third time that CSA is launching T20 Winner. I think this one's here to stay, and and sort of the way that they've done it is really exciting. And an auction, obviously, for some guys went well on the day, some guys didn't go so well. But it's looking at the teams. There's some strong teams there, some world-class outfits there, and I think that's the platform that especially the local South African guys are going to have to showcase to the world the standard of cricket that we have in South Africa, that we've always had in South Africa, but internationally hasn't been broadcast. And I think it's going to be a platform. I think there's going to be some real local heroes coming through, and I think in the world T20 sort of circuit and all the tournaments that are played, you're going to see a lot more local South Africans playing that.
And from regards to the protest, men now going to the World Cup, I mean, words of encouragement to them, etc. Because I mean, Temba's been going through a difficult time. We've seen it in press conferences, we've seen it online as well. It's been getting a difficult time. A lot of players have been, but going into any World Cup is you have that pressure from the fans, and I want to try to create some positivity around the fans going to this World Cup. So, word of encouragement from you, and what sort of things that the pointers you can give to the guys as well, you know.
I think it's just important to realize that the World Cup's starting in 2 or 3 weeks, and to see it in context. Yes, you want to win every match that you're playing for your country, and you want to win every series. But it's important to realize that it's a build up to a World Cup, and you want to peak at that World Cup, and you want to win that World Cup. So yes, we've lost this series now, but if we end up winning the World Cup in a few weeks' time, all will be forgotten in a sense. So you want to give yourself the best chance as a team to peak and perform at the right time, and that's I suppose what we're doing now. We have a lot of options in the bowling, we have a lot of options in the batting, and I suppose the challenge for the selectors and the coach and the captains is just going to be to make sure we get our best 11 or 12 out there every match, and from a mindset point of view, I think the guys, it's 2 losses. It's not the end of the world. I think we'll still go to Australia very confident.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, this is a fan channel, so we're all about getting fan opinions, and I'm trying to build a fan base that can rally behind cricket and help promote it. As a player, what would you like from us as fans, as fan pundits? What we're trying to do at least is talk about cricket and allow everybody to grow. How can we help you guys as players to motivate you guys?
I think the forum to talk is just important. I think that's something that you guys have done really well always. You don't want fans to troll players and to troll teams and sort of behind anonymity and say have opinions, and yes, you must have opinions, but then stand by that. And I think what you guys have done really well over the years is you've provided a platform for no matter what your opinion is, to talk about that. And I mean, there's no right and wrong. And as a fan, us as players, we understand that the fans are passionate about the game and they want to win and about the team. And everyone comes with their own opinion. So I think keep talking about it. As a fan, keep engaging. You don't want to be that guy who just sits on the couch and abuses everyone. I think that's the most important thing. Try and understand also from a player's point of view how it is out there. Obviously, you always try and be at your best and give your all for the team. It's sport, it's cricket. Sometimes it's going to happen, sometimes it's not going to happen. It's just is what it is. It's no real sense in abusing players. And I mean, as a player, you also expect, you come into this environment and you know there's going to be pressure, you know there's going to be opinions about you, and and I mean, I suppose to an extent that's what makes it fun as well. You know, fans are passionate, as are we, the players. I look at the teams that I support and I want them to win, and I've got opinions about them, and it's the same as a fan. I think fans are a massive part of any sport, but
That's awesome. Okay, this is such an amazing question, and I'll end it. Rassie, how much do you guys in the men's dressing room talk about the women's game, and it's about supporting the dressing room for the women's game?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last few years, especially the women's game, has just grown unbelievably. And if you haven't seen it, you've probably been stuck on the rock somewhere. So and it's just great to see that. I think women's cricket is one of the fastest growing sports in the world, and maybe even in South Africa, I'm not sure, among women. And it's just great to make cricket accessible for everyone.
Yes, true.
Doesn't matter age, doesn't matter gender, doesn't matter race. You have a sport here that covers all those demographics, and that's the good thing. And yes, you can say that in professional structures, yes, maybe the women's game is still behind the men's game, but they're catching up very quickly. And if you look at the players we have and the world players, there's some world-class players out there, and I think it's just going to grow.
Rassie, thanks so much for giving me your time. I know you're busy, man.
Thanks
Good luck
so
for the
much.
future.
Yeah,
and I
thank
hope you
you.
recover quickly.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. That's you guys. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I'm glad that I could end off with such a great ending with Rassie talking to us. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We didn't promote it. So please, can I ask you guys that have watched and streamed in live to please promote the crap out of this video? Because I think there's some excellent content in this video for other people to look at and to see. So please go ahead and share this with everybody. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell for all future video. Download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. Go to the Patron account to help us promote and grow South African cricket. So important that you do that. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. Smash the like button, comment and share. Go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all updates. Guys, it's been a pleasure to be here with you guys today. Khalid is the ticket 60 rand for the both World Cups. I didn't ask about the under-19 World Cup. I think it might be a little bit cheaper today. I'm going to try my best to give you guys a live show tonight as well, to give a little preview. I'll try my best to get there as well to do that. This is just an extra piece of content that I provided for you guys today. I'll see you guys again tonight with another preview show. I mean, for the game, of course, that is taking place tomorrow. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys again tonight with the preview show. Take care and see you very soon. Peace out, people.